Hi everyone. I'm responding to section 5.1 as we discuss the sacred pathways, and I wanted to respond to the three questions. The first one is, have you fallen into the expectation that one size fits all in sacred pathways? And two sides of that. One, I've had others place that expectation on me that one size fits all. We should all be worshiping God and coming to Him in the same way, in the same patterns and same lifestyle rhythms. And that's always been a struggle for me because one of the most difficult things in my entire life has been the pattern of daily devotions. And that has always been an intense struggle. Because I'm such a free spirit, I have such a hard time focusing, gathering my thoughts for blocks of time. I'm very random when I'm doing studying and things, and I think I probably have a little bit of ADHD as well, so that makes it difficult at times. So on that side of it, yes, I've fallen into the expectation that others have placed on me, but I don't think that I have done that for others because for many years I've understood that I operate a little bit differently, and so I expect everybody else to, and I'm okay with that. And so I don't think I've ever put that expectation on others to worship or to engage with God the same way that I do. And I think I've mentioned it in one of my posts earlier or in a response to one of you, that when I read Gwen Jackson's book, Unforced Rhythms, that was a life changer for me. And that was just in the last year and a half, I think, when she wrote that book and when it first came out. And that was so liberating for me to realize that was okay, that God wired me differently, and that doesn't make my experience with God any less valid because I don't do a daily devotional. So I'm finding that my answer to people when they say, do you do devotions? Do you do this? Do you do that? My response has been more of, you know what, there are no 2 days that are just alike for me. I encounter God in different ways on different days. However He's leading me to do that, and it never looks the same, and that is so incredibly true for me. Also, I love the line on page 16 of the book that says, God wants your worship according to the way He made you. And I love that because that's a very liberating statement. The other question, have I compared myself to other spiritual pathway? Absolutely, yes, I have. For many, many years, I felt like I just could not measure up to people that were constantly in the Word and always referring to their daily time of prayer and their time with God every day, and the structured part of their lives that I just could not relate to, and always wondered kind of what was wrong with me. But also on another side of it, I've compared myself to others from the perspective of, I used to kind of feel really sorry for contemplative people, because to me that seemed like such a sad way to interact with God, to want to be alone and just sit and read and study, because that seems so incredibly boring to me at times in my life. As I've grown older, I've come to appreciate that and to realize that is how God has designed us all differently to encounter God in different ways. And so I've grown to appreciate that and wish I had a little bit more of that in my life. But yes, I have compared myself to others. And then the last question was, do you find yourself resonating with specific pathways? Yes. There were kind of three that rolled in there together that jumped out at me that I was captivated by. One is I'm definitely sensate. I love the sight, sound, smells, any of those things that give me kind of a hands-on perspective. I engage with that. An enthusiast for sure. I thrive on feelings and experience. And then I also have some of the intellectual part too. I love having deep spiritual conversations, some good healthy dialogue, and maybe some debate on issues and doctrine and theology. So I do enjoy that aspect as well. But definitely a sensate and enthusiast are key parts of my spiritual pathway to God. But I'm looking forward to hearing your responses, and thank you so much.